Friday. What is it we usually do on Friday, Cayenne? Oh yeah, it's a Fast Five Friday. You guys know what time it is. Turn down the volume because here comes a little bit of music. Behind me is a channel called Be Amazed. There's all kinds of stuff they do. They do stuff like, hey, 10 things you didn't know about this, and Be Amazed. It's always fun to watch. It's not always 100% perfectly accurate, but it's still fun. So, yeah, go give them a like. I'll have a link to them. Today's video is 5 fast flippers. So it's a fast 5 fast flippers. And by 5 fast flippers, I don't necessarily mean that they all have flipper tabs. I mean that the action on these is fast. These are some of the fastest, hardest hitting, snappiest knives in my case. So, without any further ado, let's meet up down at the counter and we'll take a look at 5 of these really fast flippers. Guys, a little disclaimer on this before we start. Not every one of these knives is a flipper as in the traditional sense of having a flipper tab, but they are thumb flippers because they flip open with such authority. So the first knife we're going to look at is my WE 601. This is the first WE knife I ever got. The action on this from day one has been impressive. I don't know if you saw that. This knife snaps open with, watch my arm. It snaps open with such authority that you get recoil, like it goes up your arm. It snaps open so hard you can hear it. Action on this from the day I got it has just been stellar. I didn't do anything to adjust this. It just comes that way. It flies open, bang, and it's there. I love a good snappy action on a knife. That's one of the big things that drew me to the Ferrum Forge knives. They never had soft detent. It drew me to some other knives like the Norseman, the Sharp by Design, the Nadu knives. They always have crazy snappy action. So yeah, that is number 1. That is the WE 601. Nice knife. If you can find these are a discontinued model, by the way. If you can find one, I highly recommend picking one up. Knife number 2 is going to be my Chabez Redencione Street. This was done by Ria. Listen to that. This is another one of those knives. Just there's no way to you cannot thumb roll this knife open. It wants to fly open. There's just no doubt about it. Snaps open with such authority. It's got such good clean action. This is one of the smoothest knives I own, and it really is amazing. The action on it, you just can't compare it to many other knives. Ria has got their shit together. I'm sorry, I try not to curse in videos, but Ria really does. The action on their knives are always amazing. It was hard not to have 2 knives on here. I was gonna bring my Horizon D in, but just listen to it. Snap, it's open, and it is so smooth and free, and that blade just flies open. It's always been one of the fastest flippers since I got it. It's been right up there with wow, that's amazing. And there are knives that might have more snap to them, but as far as a thumb flipper, there's only one other one in my case that even compares to this, and we're going to look at it in a little bit. So there you go. The Chabez Redencione Street by Ria. The next knife was a gift from one of my YouTube subscribers. This is the Ferrum Forge Crux, done by WE Knife Company for Mass Drop. This was when Elliot first started releasing production knives. He did it through Mass Drop, formerly Mass Drop, now Drop. That's with the origin of the Ferrum Forge designs. But this knife is another one of those knives that just, the action on it just flies open. I have a lot of flipper knives, and it was hard to pick the ones out there. These ones that you're going to see are all the ones that I think just have the snappiest action of any of my knives. This is a great knife for all around use. I've carried it a lot. You can see it does get used a good bit. Takes a really keen edge, but the action on it, that's what we're here to talk about today. The action on this knife has just from day one been stellar. Listen to it. You can't, when you close it, there's no sound in that. There's like no friction, there's no grinding, no nothing. And this knife hasn't been cleaned in a very long time. We is another company that really has it together. They know what they're doing when it comes to the action on a knife. Flipper tab on it is just about perfect for what I would want. And it gives you that, you can either finger, when you push button it, it really, when you load up on it, it really slams shut. If you light switch it, it does too, but like when you can really see the difference, like watch this. When I load up on that to push button it, bang, there you go. So there you go, the Ferrum Forge Crux. That's number 3. This is the next knife. This is the CGRB Ria. When you're talking about snappy action on a knife, this one, just about, of all the thumb flippers I have, is just about the one that, like, to the point where when you do it and you let people borrow it, I'm trying to slow roll it. That's why I'm like, you can't do it. I've handed this knife to people, and then when they close it, they're like, wait, there's no spring in this? It feels like it's spring assisted. It just flies open so fast. And it's not like there's that much detent pressure. It's just that the detent and the thumb stud are in the right place. I do hear a lot of people complain they don't like the thumb stud placement. They're like, oh, it hurts my thumb. I don't have that problem. And so for me, that's just about perfect. They're like, oh, I wish there was more available. That thing just wants to come open. Like, it does not want to stay closed the second you put any pressure on that thumb stud. Action on it is amazing. Just super, super smooth on those ceramic bearings. And to have a really light blade like that, just slam open, bang, is great. And it's, I mean, on top of that, look how attractive it is. I love this little knife. This is probably one of my favorite knives of all time. Just awesome, awesome action on that. So there you go, CGRB Ria. That's number 4. But a bunch of you could have figured that this was probably going to be my number 5. They weren't done in any particular order, but this is another knife. Just the action on it, the way it flips open, it's just so smooth from the thumb stud or from the flipper. Now, maybe it doesn't fly open as fast as some of the others, but that's because look at the heavy size of that blade, and it's still got that good of an action that it flies open that well and bang, snaps open with authority. So yeah, this knife, the first ones I ever handled, I was like, wow, I really like the action on these. Those are so free, and they just hammer open. You can just hear it. Bang. Now, I do know a lot of people are not a fan of the fact that it can drop like that. I typically, when I close it like that with my finger. And I use my finger and I make sure that it's completely closed. If you guys have noticed that, I make sure that that's completely closed so it doesn't bounce back open. And that's not an issue. It's not like it comes open in your pocket. It's not like it's a soft detent ball or something like that 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 it would pop open in your pocket. It just slams shut so hard with that heavy blade that it just kind of bounces back out of detent unless you make sure it's completely closed. So yeah, super, super good action on the the Grimsmo Norseman. Yeah, listen to that. Let's do it one more time. Dink. There you go. So guys, that was 5 fast flippers. So with that being it, let's do some final thoughts. I'll meet you guys up behind the camera. All right, guys. So there it was, 5 fast flippers. And I know a lot of you are going to be like, some of those weren't flippers. They were thrown in because the action on them is so snappy that you can't slow roll them. So therefore, they're thumb flippers. So those were all flippers. Even if they didn't have flipper tabs, they're all flippers. So I hope you guys enjoy the content. I wanted to make sure that I talk about this. There is a GoFundMe that's linked down below. It is for Tough Thumbs for Jeff over at Tough Knives. He recently had severe flooding and damage to his shop and home from the hurricane. So if you guys can, I would appreciate if you go down to the GoFundMe down below, support Jeff. We're trying to get, it's a significant amount we're trying to get for him. We might not hit that mark, but if we can at least get close, it takes some of that weight off of him, this fact that he may not make any income for the next 6 months to a year. So that's just one less thing he has to worry about. Guys, if you like the videos, give them a thumbs up. If you don't like them, give them a thumbs down, but please try to tell me why. I can't change content if I don't know what to change. If you want to support the channel, sometimes it's just as easy as sharing the videos. However, if you want to support the channel financially, there's numerous ways you can do it. First and foremost, there's memberships down below that get you in on exclusive content, exclusive giveaways if you're the premium and exclusive tiers. If you're just looking, you get early access to all the videos, as do all the members. If you just like a specific video, you can drop a super like. A super like is basically like a super chat for a pre-recorded video. And I also have affiliate links for a ton of stuff down below. There's all the tools that I use, knives that I recommend that are good EDC knives. They're all Amazon affiliate links. And if you happen to go there and there's just not what you're looking for and you find something else, if you use the affiliate link as a portal into Amazon, I get credit for pretty much anything you purchase once you use my affiliate link to log in. So yeah, there's also the merchandise store at Ember Shirt Co. There's a link to my merchandise store and to the Ember Shirt Co. store itself. And anything you purchase on there, I get credit for if you use the code CrazySharp, all one word, CrazySharp, capital C, capital S, all one word, saves you 10% at checkout. Guys, I love you all. Be good to each other. Keep it clean in the comments section. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. I love you, and I will see you in the next video.